What is up everyone, my name is Jasper and in today's video it is time to look at just how much money I made in October of 2022. Now as you can see from the number in the thumbnail, this has been a pretty exceptional month for me. It has been up by a lot when compared to September, and September was already a pretty good month. So the entirety of October has been a bit of a mixed bag. Some sites are going up and some sites are going down. And then on top of that, I did make a couple of pretty large affiliate sales that contribute to the overall amount that I made this month. So overall, I am very happy with October in its entirety. Now I do have to say that the accessory side, it has just continued to drop even more. That is a bit of a pain, but then again, the beauty side has been going up again. So that's what I really mean with a mixed bag. It's been going up and down all across the portfolio. And honestly, what else can you expect from like 4 updates in what was it, 2 months or so? So anyway, without further ado, let's just jump into the numbers because that's by far the most exciting part. So I currently own a portfolio of 6 different websites and we always start with the English beauty site. This site I started all the way back in December of 2018 and it has seen incredible highs and incredible lows. I mean, this is the all-time graph of this website and as you can see, the first 2 years was just a very steady and very nice growth. This was like what you would expect from a website. And then all of a sudden, like 80% of the traffic was gone overnight. Ever since then, I kind of stopped working on the site, but the traffic has stayed pretty consistent up until around like 4 months ago, I'd say, when suddenly there was another 80% drop. But that 80% drop jumped right back after like 2 or 3 weeks, I guess. And then again, it dropped by another 80%, but it just keeps rebounding. So the last time this 80% drop rebounded was at the end of September, so that was at the end of last month. So the entirety of October, this website has been in the up again and it's been showing some pretty good numbers. So in total, this site did a total of 39,000 page views and that's actually an all-time high for this site for the entirety of 2022. Now of course the income numbers are also a lot higher when compared to September, simply because the traffic has almost doubled. Now this site is monetized with both Accessory ads and Amazon Associates. And for Amazon I have a store both for the US, the UK and Germany and they all tend to make me a little bit of money, and then there's the US store that brings in the bulk of the affiliate sales. Anyway, this site mainly makes its money from display ads and that's done with Accessory, and I have both display ads and video ads. Now I added these video ads because it's like the easiest way to increase your income by like 20%, and that's definitely showing back in the numbers. So let's just go into the display ad earnings. I made a total of $640. And then with the video ads, I made another $120. So in total, that's like $760 from ads alone. Now for comparison, this site made around $560 in the entirety of September. And now in October, we made more than that with just the display ad side of things. Then I also have Amazon Associates, of course. The Amazon UK store did pretty well again. Of course, that's expected when the page view numbers are going back up, but I made a total of just shy of $160. Then with Amazon UK, I made $5.60, I believe. And then with Amazon Germany, I made another 12 euros. This is all pretty nice. Now Amazon UK and Amazon Germany are really just there. They're kind of remnants from when this site was at its glory days. Back then I made like £300 a month with just my Amazon UK store alone. Nowadays that's more like 10 to maybe 20 pounds a month. This time it was like 5 or 6 pounds. It's really not that much, but it does add to the total amount. So in total, this website made just shy of $950, and honestly, I am so happy to see that. This has been just amazing to see again. This website is doing just shy of $1,000, and that's where I would like to see this one. I don't expect the site to rebound anytime soon. Of course, I'm not working on it either, but honestly, I'm very happy to see this site being stable at this number. It has been consistently bringing me a lot of money that I actually really need to keep the business running. So I'm really happy to see this site back at where I like to see it. Now for something a little less colorful, and that is the Accessory website. Now the Accessory website has been the focus of many of my previous videos because this site, it literally got hit by every single update that happened in the last like 3 months, I'd say. Ever since May, this site has been getting hit by every update that Google releases. So at the peak, this website was doing around 35 to 40,000 page views a month. We're now currently sitting at around 9,000 page views a month. It's honestly pretty painful to see how much this site has dropped. So in September, this site did half of what it did in the month before. And now when compared to September, we're down by another 50%. Now honestly, this site is still the main focus, I'd say. Simply because I have asked so many people for help. I asked a lot of people with a lot of success in the field to take a look at my site and see if there's anything that I'm doing wrong. And basically all of them came to the same conclusion. I have no idea what's happening. Why does Google drop this site so much? So that does give me a lot of hope that with some work and some new content, this site will one day rebound back to its original levels. And that's really the main thing that keeps me going for this website, because I honestly believe that Google is kind of making a mistake with these updates and hitting me so hard. That being said, this website still brings in some money and some page views. So as I said, it brings in like 9,000 page views. And on top of that, it brought in just shy of $190 with Ezoic. Now this is down by quite a lot. The site made around $500 per month at the peak. Now it's down to just under $200. Honestly, not too great to see, but I do have to say the EPMVs or the RPMs from Ezoic have been rising and rising. Ezoic really is trying its best to make sure this site is still earning money. And I've been seeing RPMs as high as $30, and that is honestly amazing to see. Now it's just the traffic that needs to come back, and then this site is an actual full-on winner. Anyway, with the lower traffic numbers, I didn't make any sales with Amazon, so there's nothing to report there. So next up is the home website, and this is a site that I've been following on my channel. I started it around November or December of last year, and I've been following the growth and what I've been doing on the site in my case study series that you can find on the channel. Anyway, this site has finally been monetized. I only did it at the end of October, so the numbers aren't going to be too amazing, but the site was growing really nicely, and I thought it was finally time to start serving ads, especially with the fourth quarter in the back of my mind. I really wanted to see what I can make with this website, so I decided to turn on Ezoic. But before we dive into Ezoic, let's first show the analytics. This month, this website did a total of 9,444 page views. Once again, this is a pretty nice increase when compared to last month, and this site has just been growing very steadily. I haven't been really working on this one all that much, if at all, to be honest. But it's been growing pretty consistently. I do see some signs of it slowing down, but I've said that before, and then it just went back to growing right after I said it. So honestly, I'm not sure where this site is going to go. What I do know is that I'm going to put a little more focus into this one, and by focus I basically mean a little more articles on the site. Anyway, these 9,444 page views, they are now monetized with Ezoic, and as I said, I believe it was only like the last 5 days of October, but still this site made just under $27. Now this is pretty decent. Now, in all fairness, this site is now currently larger. It brings in more page views than the Accessory site. But with all of that said, this site still brings in a lot less. And that's mainly to do with the fact that the EPMV is a lot lower. Now currently I'm seeing an EPMV between $10 and $14. And that may sound like not all that much. But keep in mind that this is just the first 5 days. On the screen right now you can see the EPMVs ever since I started monetizing this website. And you can see it's growing nicely. It's now kind of stagnating around $14, but honestly that is pretty decent. I'm hoping to see this one grow. Typically I want to wait like 2 or 3 weeks before making my conclusions on the EPMV, just so Ezoic has a chance to optimize everything. But so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. So as I said, the focus for this site is really just going to be adding more articles, and I think that is really the one thing that you always need to do with your site, is just keep on adding new content, because that's ultimately what grows our site. So for those of you that don't know, I'm Dutch, so obviously I needed to try and start a Dutch website. So a couple of years back, that's what I did. But these Dutch sites, they are really small. I really haven't worked on them all that much, but they do still bring in pretty consistent numbers. So the first one I wanted to cover is the Dutch beauty site. This is literally just the same niche as the English beauty site, but then in Dutch. Now these articles aren't directly copied, they are rewritten and made more suitable for Dutch. So this is completely unique content, and this site brought in a total of 3,300 page views. Now that does not sound like a lot, but this site only has 22 articles on there, and this is actually one of the higher traffic months for this particular site. See, there really aren't all that many Dutch people in the world. I believe there's like 18 or 20 million people speaking Dutch in the entire world. So you don't get as many visitors as you would on an English blog. So honestly, I'm pretty happy with these numbers. It's not the most, but it's still a pretty consistent income stream. So speaking of income, this site is monetized with Ezoic Premium, and they brought in a total of $35. Now, I think that this is the all-time high for this year as well. It has been performing really well and actually kind of exceeding my expectations. Still, really, $35 isn't all that much, of course, but for this site, it is actually quite a lot. And next up is a Dutch boating website. This is a site I started purely for fun because me and my family, we like to go on our boats. So this site is now currently going into the off season, and that's really showing in the traffic. So Just 2 months ago, I believe, this site pulled in an all-time high with traffic. I believe it was a little over 11,000 page views a month. This month it is under 2,000, and that's a major difference. But honestly, I didn't really expect anything else. We're currently going into the colder months and there really isn't that much interest in boating anymore. This site is also monetized with Ezoic Premium and it made a little over $22. So that's once again pretty nice. Now typically this site does around this number during the off season, so I don't really expect that many changes in the coming few months. But still, an extra $22 is nothing to scoff at. So in total, my portfolio made me a total of $1,220. And that's actually really nice to see. The last 2 months, I didn't get over the $1,000 a month mark. And now finally in October, we crossed that point again. Now, other than my portfolio income, I do also always cover the other sources of income that I have. And that has actually been pretty fantastic this month. So let's just quickly go over those. And let's start off with my freelance work. So once again, I did some freelance work. It's actually related to the secret project I mentioned earlier in the video. And I once again made €1,000 from that. So I then also do some dividend investing. And this month has been a lot lower than September. September was actually my all-time high for stock income. This month I made just over $23 and it's coming from these companies right here. And then for the most exciting part, which is my YouTube income. Now I am doing these videos purely for fun, but I do make some nice income from it sometimes. Right here on the screen you can see that I made exactly $100 from my YouTube AdSense. And then I also have a couple of affiliate links in the description. And these sometimes give me nothing and sometimes they give me a pretty big commission. And last month that was the case, but this month once again it was the case. So just to paint the picture, I made $100 from YouTube AdSense, but in total my YouTube income this month was a little over 2,000. So as you can see, this is pretty extraordinary. Now typically I don't see these results. Typically the income hovers around between $200 and $500 a month from YouTube. So the 2,000 that I had this month is an anomaly. But once again, it has been a pretty welcome sight. So in total this month I made $4,250 and that is incredible to me. I'm honestly super happy to finally see such a high number again. It gives me a lot of confidence to keep working on the sites in the future, but it also makes sure that I can actually get by. The last couple of years has been pretty tough for me because I've been at a standstill. Nothing has really been moving. My bank account hasn't been moving. My income numbers haven't been moving. In fact, mostly things have been just going down. So to finally see things going up again has been a pretty fantastic sight. Anyway, other than that, I really want to thank all of you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.